Hi students, this is Sister Mills. I am here making this screencast because I know you guys are working on your This I Believe essay, and so I wanted to give you a few pointers for success on this essay. I'm wearing this wonderful, silly looking headset to hopefully block out some background noise from my children. So hopefully we're successful in doing that, but if not, I apologize if they come running through in a superhero costume or something. Um, so for the This I Believe essay, you can access the assignment information. I'm just here in the table of contents lesson for the midweek assignment, which is the first draft. And then this is where the first place where you're going to see this assignment description. So basically, you are writing an essay about something that you believe in. It's not particularly long. It's 1 to 2 pages, 250 words minimum. That's the same as the love letter. And so try to stick within the 1 to 2 page limit. And if you have questions about going over, just let me know. But it's really good for students to learn how to write in really concisely, and because a lot of times your readers are gonna have a short memory or a short attention span, right? So in real life, when you're writing to people or to for a project or something, your readers are going to have a pretty short attention span. So try to keep it within those 1 to 2 pages. It should be MLA formatted, double space, Times New Roman, 12-point font, 1 inch margins. All of these requirements should be met, and those are pretty simple things to do in order to succeed on that section of the essay. So here's the rubric down here. You can access this in a couple different places in the course, but this one, like I said, is just in the assignment description on that the first draft in lesson 6. So the first section, the essay focuses on one clearly stated belief. So at this stage in the game, there are a few students who still struggle with this. They kind of go on tangents, or they kind of just follow the track of their mind. But you have to remember your students are reading this, or excuse me, your readers are reading this wanting to know about that one belief. They don't need to know um, the tangents that your own mind kind of goes on. And so that's one that you can work on here. The second section is the essay is well organized and the writer uses transitions effectively. I just wanted to show you one of the samples that we have that you guys have access to. This student has given me permission to use her essay in this class to show you. Um, there's a couple parts where she has these really great transitions that help guide the reader from one topic to the next, or from one part of the essay to the next, without being kind of abrupt or having something that seems like it doesn't really fit. So down here she has as we become adults, and then she continues writing. And this is transitioning. This paragraph up here, she's talking about children and teenagers, and then the next paragraph is talking about bath time for adults. And so that was a fantastic transition there to lead readers from one idea to the next. And so that's a great example of a transition. And I at this stage in the game, I'm hoping that you guys are getting these more and more. By the end, I'm hoping that every paragraph transitions to the next paragraph. So if you want to go ahead and start doing that, um, then do it. I would love that. And then this next section, the student uses specific examples and events to show readers rather than to tell. It also contains thoughtful reflection on how the examples or events relate to the belief. Now, this is a lot about description and really describing the scene or giving details about it, so that the readers aren't just reading about these really vague or generic terms. So I have another example here. In this example, this is the ballet example that I've given you guys. There's a couple places where I've highlighted. I said this is awesome. As a reader, I can see this, I can hear it, I can feel it, I can smell it, whatever the sensation is that she was describing. And so it was really cool for her to use these descriptions, because as a reader I was experiencing it as she did. And so in this example, she talks about the warmth of sun rays coming through the window blades that filled her heart. So this is actually not like a literal description. It's kind of describing more of like a feeling or this process that happened with her. And but she compares it. She uses this cool metaphor. And metaphors, similes, comparisons, those are all great things to help with descriptions. And then this last section is the same as the last essay. It's about the length and formatting requirements. It's been edited. There's little few errors. Grammar usage is clear. Verb tenses, sentence structure, and grammar structures are clear. Um, I'm a stickler on these things, and I do that because I really want you guys to perfect your essays. You have access to me. I can always take a look at your essays. You have access to the online writing center. They can take a look at your essay. You go to your gathering and you share your essays. And I have had past students comment that their gathering group wasn't especially helpful. Um, so, if this is the case for you, then think about people, members of your family. You could always email this essay to somebody. It doesn't have to be a physical copy. You could email it to, your cousin or your friend or your sister who you trust, who you know is a good editor, anyone with an English background, or there's a lot of people that you can use. So think about, family members, friends, ward members who can help you edit if your gathering group isn't especially helpful for you. I really expect you guys to do this because you do have all these resources, so use them to edit your essays. And just as a reminder, this last section, for every 3 errors I encounter in your essay, I take off 1 point in this section. So for most of you, that's going to be really good. And I always have a few students who don't edit at all. And so this is the section that actually really kicks their butt on the grading portion. And so that's why I always recommend to find as many editors as you can and go through it a few times. And in fact, on Word, you can go to, if you click on the review tab, I'm not sure, you probably can't see this, but click on the review tab at the top, and there's this spelling and grammar button you can click. And that will actually go through each of these things that it's bringing up as errors. So it's actually commenting on my comment, but so we'll just ignore once. It's going to bring us to the next thing, and hers probably won't have very many, but yep. So now it says it's done. And so for you guys, especially when you're first starting out, go ahead and use that spelling and grammar tool, and I think that will be really helpful for you. Just a reminder, this rubric is what I use to grade your essay. So make sure you're following the guidelines on that rubric, as well as if you need ideas or need an example of how to do things, go ahead and look at the sample essays that I've provided for you, and that should definitely help you see kind of the end result as a really good example. If you have any questions about the This I Believe essay, please be sure and let me know. You have a lot of other examples that you can go to the NPR website and view those here. And so that's it. You have a lot of resources, and try to use them for this essay. I'm excited to see your essays and see what you come up with. If you have questions, please be sure and let me know.